Yo guys, what's up? It's Inflexxius. Today we're playing Jax versus Pantheon top. Level 1, we're going to be trying to dodge his Qs while trying to get the wave push, and get good E-trades onto him if we can. So, dodging Pantheon Qs in general is pretty important, but it's super important to dodge his empowered Qs. Those are the ones that do real damage. So we get a good E-trade there, and now we've kind of secured the wave push a little bit, right? I'm pushing the wave here to try to match his push. However, my laning phase in this game is not very clean at all, right? So you guys will be able to learn from my mistakes here. And the first mistake I'm making is that I'm pushing this wave way too hard. At this point, I have to accept that this is going to be a 2-wave crash because I've pushed the wave too hard. Here we go for a level 2 trade, and this is fine. Unfortunately, we don't get an auto attack to use our grasp on him. At this point, though, I should be trying to secure the shove here, because I go for another trade here, and we win the trade, because we have the level advantage. But now, because I didn't push the minions there, the wave is going to freeze in front of his tower. So that's obviously not ideal, right? However, we do have a decent health lead versus this Pantheon, so it's not completely doomed. What I'm going to try to do is walk in and out of his range, like that, to try to get him to Q the wave, while trying to Q me, so that he can push the wave back to us faster. So you see here I walk in again, he tries to Q me, but I back out and he ends up hitting the wave. So, now we're level 3. Pantheon, usually what he's supposed to do is W you whenever you jump on him, so to disengage from you. However, some Pantheons will use their E, and if they do that, you can walk past them, land the stun, and go for a extended trade. However, we can't do that here, because he has too many minions. Here Pantheon W's onto us. Now, usually Pantheon can't ever do this because he needs to save his W as a disengage tool. Otherwise, you can just use your E to jump on him and force an extended trade, which you can mess him up in. However, because he had such a big minion lead and a level lead, we couldn't actually go for the extended trade there. So what I should have done was use my E just before his W landed to proc the triple auto to limit the damage incoming, and then try to disengage the trade. Now here he's going to give us the melee range for free, and if he does this, we can just go for him, walk past his E. At this point, he just runs into the river. Now, why would he do that other than Rek'Sai's coming up? So we're just going to hit him once more, and then Q out, and disengage from the Rek'Sai gank. Now, Pantheon had to recall here. He's probably going to TP back, so our game plan here now is just to farm these minions, and then recall and TP back ourselves. Here Pantheon W's us again, and again I don't eat it like I should, because my reaction time was just in the dumpster this game. It was my first game of the day. What a disaster. So, game plan is still the same. We want to farm these minions, recall and TP back to regenerate our resources and spend our gold. Here we get hit by the Q though, but it's fine. We'll just use our E to block the auto after his W, right? It's been working great so far. So, disaster. So we're going to TP back here, get ourselves some minions, and then we're going to sack these 2 ranged creeps actually to go stop Pantheon's recall, because it's so much more worth to stop his back than get those 2 ranged creeps. So we land the stun, auto W, he E's. At this point I give up the chase because he still has his W, he's really close to his tower. So unless I'm willing to dive him under tower and go 1 for 1, I don't think I kill him there. And it's not worth it to dive him there and go 1 for 1, because instead what I can do is deny him all these minions and take a plate there, right? Here Taliyah comes in for the gank. We get Pantheon's flash, good stuff. So now we want to try to get the wave to push to us so that we can have a long lane to force a fight on the Pantheon with our Ghost while he doesn't have flash. But then he runs down into the river here, so we walk down here to cut him off, he face checks our Taliyah, and then there's a Rek'Sai there. So at this point we're going to pop our Ghost to try to come help. We land the double stun, we land the double ultimate, but then I fat finger my Q, and because of that I miss out on the kill on Pantheon. It's so sad. So at this point I'm just going to recall here because I don't know where the Rek'Sai is, and the wave is pushing towards us anyway, so I don't need to manage it at all, right? Unfortunately Pantheon does ult mid and get the kill on our Zed. But we still do have a pretty good freeze here, so maybe we can do something with it. He lets us get the melee range here, so we're just going to land the stun and then back out. He has too many minions, so we can't really force a fight on him here. He lands that Q that he throws, but that's fine. At this point, we just want to collect our minions for now. Slow push this wave, and then hard shove this wave here. Now we can get our reset, get our sheen. We're almost at our Iceborn Gauntlet now, and once we get our Iceborn Gauntlet, this matchup changes completely. But until then, we suffer a little bit. So we jump onto the Pantheon here, and you see, look, if he uses his E, you can just walk past him. Now, I use my ultimate here for a bit of a stronger trade. I thought I'd be able to ult in him, but it was an empowered E, so he gets the movement speed. I didn't account for that, so that was my bad. But even then, it's a really good trade with the ultimate, right? Now, at this point, I understand Pantheon will probably try to ult on top of my head. So I'm just going to, you know, force his ultimate out and walk away. This time, I actually managed to W his stun, so that's really nice. We trade a little bit, he chunks me out, but that's fine. I have my TP, but Talia's coming up for the gank, so we can actually look for this here. Talia lands the W, really nice, and then we get the huge shutdown. This is massive. So we crush the wave, and now we have our Iceborn, and now the matchup changes completely. Now we're in a good spot. So we come back to lane here. Now, I don't know where the Rek'Sai is, and he has a huge minion wave, so I don't really want to fight on that. We see Rek'Sai is in our jungle along with the Renata, so we're not going to mess with that. We're going to crash the wave here. Hang around for the plate. Now at this point I want to fight this Pantheon. I have my Iceborn, and look at this, right? Walk past him, auto W, and we just keep fighting him, right? Perma slow him, he's right in front of his tower, but he can't quite get to it. He has to flash, and we go in and we kill him, right? I thought I could live here, that's why I jumped in. If I knew 100% I was going to die, then I wouldn't have jumped in after him. I would have just let him flash away and live. But I thought I might have been able to live there, and then it's still fine because we get the 1-for-1 plus flash. But this time, however, this is a good example of how busted this item is in this matchup. Look at this. What can he do? Boom, slowed again. Keep fighting, keep beating on him. Auto W, he's slowed again. He's right in front of his tower. But what can he do? And it's not even close. We just murder him. Now we shove the wave out here. And we use our Demolish to take this tower. Now we recall, get ourselves our spear components back up to top lane to catch the wave. Except Talia and Zed are already up there, so I decided to go mid lane here instead, because they're pushing down our mid-tier tower. Mid-tier 2 tower. Jump onto the Renata, start beating onto her. Unfortunately, I murder our own Rakan with the Renata ultimate, sad. Pop Ghost. I pop Ghost here because I know that if I can land on the Kai'Sa, she's dead 100% because I can just perma Iceborn slow her. Here, get the slow onto the LeBlanc. Don't let her get away. She can't because Iceborn is such a hilarious item. Definitely healthy for the game. We push the tower here. Jump onto the Pantheon. Now at this point, I back off, but I should keep chasing. I was worried at the time that Rek'Sai would still be in the top side jungle, but I didn't see Zed. I'm really bad at looking at the map during fights. It's something I'm trying to work on. But yeah, we still managed to get the kill anyway, so it's fine. Push the wave so that it can crash into the tower, and now we have our Spear of Shojin. We see a fight going on here. I'm looking at TP if the opponents use an ability that commits, and Rek'Sai tunneling in is an ability that commits. She now used her only dash to go in, right? Here, we beat on their LeBlanc because she has no options to escape. If she W's back, she's Wing back into the team. Pantheon ults in, and we're just gonna do funny item stuff on him here. Look at this, he can't walk away. Just perma-slowed, haha. Over here, we can just start the Rift Herald here. 2 of them are dead, so this is just a free Herald. And I'm gonna go over here to shove out this wave so that it can crash into the tower. And then we just recall here. Now, Dragon's spawning, so we're going to run down there immediately. We don't have TP. We're gonna shove it mid lane here to secure the push for the dragon. If you can, you always want to be pushing out mid lane. I'm worried that they're doing Baron, so I go toward it. And look at that, I was right. So that ward there just chases them off the Baron. And we managed to get the dragon as well. Now I'm hovering here in case my team needs help. And Kai'Sa actually ults in on to the Talia here. So we're just going to take her out here. And you know what? The enemy team's actually walking in on us. So I'm just going to use the Iceborn to just perma-slow them and so that they can't leave, right? Rek'Sai unfortunately does get out Talia here, but that's fine. We still got 3 for 1. So maybe we can push this tower here even, right? And maybe even get the inhib, which we do manage to get. And now let's get out of here. I decided to go bot lane here because there's another tower here that we can potentially snatch. We do manage to get it. Just accelerating ourselves with the side lane gold here. I see a fight going on top lane here. So I'm wondering if I need to TP, right? All we've seen so far is Kai'Sa. And now we see Renata up there. So I decided, okay, at this point I want to TP in because we see that there's actually a decent amount of them up here. But I was looking at this that I didn't notice that LeBlanc was on my case down here. Ready to stop my TP. So we're just going to shove this wave in here. And then we're just going to recall. We're floating a lot of gold, so we want to start working towards our Sterex here. I'm going to run straight back bot lane here to keep the wave pushed in. And then I'm immediately going to run top lane here because my team got a pick. And I don't have TP to assist if I need to be at the Baron. So here we saw Kai'Sa bot lane. I might have been able to actually get her if I ward hopped over into Krugs and then maybe even popped Ghost. But that's fine, we'll just push here. Now we see Renata walks into our Q range, so we're just going to jump onto her and Iceborn her. She's out of our Q range now, so that's fine. We're just going to push the inhibitor here. Pantheon actually W's our Taliyah, so we're just going to Iceborn him here. There we go, he has been Iceborned, and now Rek'Sai is beating on our Taliyah, and that's fine, we're just going to Iceborn the Rek'Sai as well. There it is. Can she move? I don't think so. Kai'Sa's pushing for the end mid, but you know, that's never going to work out, because our Zed is going to respawn before she can end the game anyway. So, it's a bit of a failed base race right at the start from the Kai'Sa, so we're just going to take Nexus towers, and then we're just going to beat on the Nexus here. LeBlanc goes down to the Xayah, and yeah, that's that. Well, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and hope to see you in the next one.